What's up, folks? It is your man Jackgil Podcast Show, and I want to talk about my Dallas Cowboys. Oh my! Cowboys disappointing loss for the boys. Unbelievable. Let's talk about it. What's up, folks? Your man Jackgil Podcast Show, Sports Today, Dallas Cowboys. Well, folks, the Dallas Cowboys, uh, we can say we are back to our old ways, or we are a resilient team, and we are going to go back and regroup and play a better game. This particular game was a highly anticipated game between Dak Prescott, Josh Allen, Prescott of the Cowboys, Allen of the Bills. Did not turn out to be that way. Of course, they ran it down our throats for a tune of 268 yards, and there was no Josh Allen, right? The Dallas Cowboys scored a measly 10 points. 7 of those was in garbage time. Game was practically over. It was 2 or 3 different plays that maybe could have changed the outcome of the game. I thought for sure the first half personal foul penalties really hurt the Dallas Cowboys. Kind of kept the momentum going for the Bills. Of course, it was a cold game, and eventually the second half it was raining. So raining, Cowboy, silver and blue, and that is the nature of the game. I mean, pretty much dominant play by the Bills, offensive line, defensive line, and their running game. For some reason, we just didn't have any answer. Now, I want to bash them, but sometimes, folks, those are the games that are being played in the NFL. Sometimes you just don't have it. But if you're going to consider yourself to be a Super Bowl contender or a team that can make it to a championship game, those are the kind of games that you have to show up. Regardless of his offense, defense, the game has to be more competitive in what it was. And eventually it was. It's just the time of possession. You lose time of possession by 15 minutes. That's a telltale sign. And I think sometimes you have to stop being so stubborn, so dedicated to what your success has been, and listen to the other side, right? Listen to the other person that's questioning something. Not necessarily question it, but listen to their suggestion. Think outside the box. And I think the Cowboy coaching staff did not do that. Mike McCarthy stayed with Mike McCarthy. Dan Quinn stayed Dan Quinn. When Buffalo is not a running football team, but their philosophy was, why should we put the ball in our quarterback's hand when this team is known for getting to the quarterback, the Cowboys? So why try another option? And when it was working, left tackle for 10 yards, left tackle for 7 yards, left tackle for 15 yards. Why change the philosophy? You have not stopped it all game. And on the other hand, I thought Tony Pollard was playing a good game. He was having some good runs. But yet again, we chose to do the opposite. We continue to shoot ourselves in the foot. Why not do the same philosophy that they came out with? Of course, we had a opening drive, or maybe been the second drive, now I forget, that we was running the ball pretty damn good. We was getting downhill. Tony Pollard was. All of a sudden, we get a holding call. Now, Mike McCarthy threw that whole running sheet that he carries with him. He handed it to an assistant, go tear it up. Bring me my passing sheet. We just gonna throw. Now, from what I saw yesterday, Buffalo was playing an umbrella coverage, looked like they was playing full cross, two safeties deep, and your corners was playing just a little outside the numbers, while the safety was playing on the numbers, and you had your linebackers dropping. You could dink and dunk them all day. You wasn't going over the top. We never exploited the middle of the field. Seemed like we reverted back to we learning again, all our first 3 or 4 games of the season. We never challenged them on anything. We never hit them in the mouth when your quarterback goes out there and get hit in the head, and we never challenge him. When their quarterback is running, you got a chance to hit him. You hit him and put him down, then you want to hip him up. Foul on him again. Our great defensive lineman said last week, when you hit someone in the mouth, and he said some other words, but I'm going to say it my way. You hit someone in the mouth, you hit him once, you hit him in the mouth again, you hit him in the mouth again, and when you see that folder, you hit him again. Where was that? Where was it yesterday, Dallas Cowboys? No punching in the mouth. Seemed like we were disinterested when we got down 14-0. We didn't care anymore. And I'm thinking, at that particular point, you guys knew you had clinched the playoff berth. So our game was, let's just get out of here. No fight. Now, I'm just going to say this was a one-off. Yeah, sometimes you go into a game, this team got your number. All our 49ers against this particular group of Cowboys got your number. No matter what you come up with, all the talk, all the preparation, whatever it is, they got your number. Been in those situations. But how do you break it? You have to go out there and fight. You can't be overrunning tackles and disinterested in even trying to make a tackle or okay, I didn't get there, so I'm not going to pursue. Oh, there's a man. Oh, he missed the tackle. Now I got to run for my life to try to make the tackle because I didn't show the effort to go get on a tackle. No effort. None whatsoever. Now, my other issue wasn't a Dak Prescott fault. Of course, yeah, he missed some passes that he should have made. Been making them all year. Of course, I hope the fans don't think that we was finna run 13 straight games. I hope we wasn't thinking that. You knew somewhere down the line we was gonna lose another ball game. Of course, we had won 5 straight. Brutal. Those are tough. And then you gotta remember, you were at the comfort of Texas AT&T Stadium. You was at home. So now you are going on the road. All the 3 weeks that we were sitting at home, you got comfortable. Yeah, I heard some of the Cowboys radio stations saying, we sleeping in our own beds. Game night right there. The day before, right? So that made it different for us. Now I got to pack up, take this journey across the country, and play a team that's desperate. Punched us in the mouth. And we turned around and folded. It was like round 1, he's kind of testing you. Round 2, he's getting you. Round 3, then it gets up to the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th round. You fall down. You gave up. You got punched and beat to death for 6 to 7 rounds. Round 8 is yours. I'll live the fight another day. It's fine. Where is the dignity and leadership of the Dallas Cowboys? Somebody still had to fight, even though we was getting our tails whooped. It would have been coaching, players, somebody totally got out coached. And Mike McCartney, this seemed to be a pattern with you. You don't challenge anything. I hate to go back 4 or 5 weeks ago, another pivotal game that we lost in Philadelphia, where we make a stop, the quarterback runs the ball, he's 2 yards short of the first down. Referee runs up there and give him a first down, and you did not challenge it. Guess what they did? They went down and scored. That was a third down play. Yesterday, great shout out to Bell. Diggs catches a pass. He scrambles and try to get more yardage. Bell punches the ball out. We fall on it, and we know we got the fumble. Now that's a poo on the referees, because any other time they'd have pointed towards Cowboys' way. But Mike, you still didn't challenge it. Buffalo runs up to the line of scrimmage, snaps the ball, and you didn't challenge it. You tells me that you didn't see a replay. What do you mean you didn't see a replay? What do you mean? You got the damn flag. What are you saving it for? You can't use them at the end of the damn year. A get out of jail free call. Use the goddamn red flag. Game management with this coach, who's been awesome, is not good. He's not a game managing coach. It's almost like he's a front running coach, because he can dial it up. Because I think great philosophers, NFL analysts, all that, you're a reflection of your coaches, right? So the Cowboys is a reflection of Mike McCarthy. Lackadaisy, problem on the road. Are we not preparing well? It's kind of hard for me to believe how we can play so well at home, but go on the road and don't like we even exist. Arizona, 255 yards. 49ers, 248 yards. Come on now. The other game you lost, Philadelphia. Just when they did it the other way, but we couldn't get off the field. 10, 11 play drives. That's a telltale sign. Against the Bills, 3 or 4 plays, 11 play drive. Burned up 8, 9 minutes off the clock. Is that a coaching problem, a personnel problem, or what? Are we just so damn stubborn we don't want to adjust to our philosophy, right? We want to keep our same philosophy. It's been so successful. You have to change. You have to try in-game adjustments. I just don't understand, if we're not stopping something, why not try something else for a series, 2-3 plays, and see where it leads us. I would love to see Michael and Evans being those two middle linebackers that you like to run so much. Put Fowler and Williams on the end. Let's run a 3-4. That's kind of hard to run against. Michael Parsons still can rush from the linebacker spot. I think everyone that's a fan and that digs into and dives into all the X's and O's and watches the game understand when another player comes in the game. I think it was Clark that got hurt on a couple of series, but when Evans came in the game, the first thing Evans did is Evans ran straight through a hole and stuffed Cook. Where are those players at? We don't have any of those players. Not at the linebacker position. Although those guys are quick and fast, they can pretty much cover running backs out the backfield, I guess, if that's what you got them in there for. But my guy DQ, telltale sign. This is 4 particular games on the road that you haven't made any adjustments. None. You keep running the same defense. Why wasn't Parsons being moved around? Why wasn't he coming up the gut or the middle? He stayed at the end. He's not a defensive end. He can help us at linebacker with his athletic ability. I just don't understand. Why we don't have Williams on the field rushing the passer? He's already crazy as he is. Him and Fowler always getting pressure. That plays a big part. Don't see anyone else getting pressure. D-Law, bless his soul. And shout outs to him. Because D-Law actually, he gets in there. He's a great run stopper. But where's everybody else at? When are you going to make the change, Dan Quinn? When are you going to say, wait a minute, I have to do something different? We have 3 games. You're in the clinch the playoff spot, which you guys knew the first or second quarter, so that's why you played the way you played. When are we going to make a change? When are we going to become disciplined? Penalties, timely penalties. Unbelievable. You can't make this stuff up. It's amazing to me how we can go out and get a stop, then a flag's down, personal foul, or holding, or whatever it may be. It's always against Dallas. Now, I don't know if you noticed, fans, but after the first couple of drives the Bills had, pretty much no more flags. Pretty much no more. What I don't know what's going on. Second half was a clean second half. No more fouls, no more holding, and especially on the Bills. If you run the ball 50 times, you have no holding calls? Are you that damn good? You got to be kidding me. I'm not blaming the refs, but it just seemed suspicious to me. And I'm a suspicious person. I don't care to wear my cowboy gear on Sunday. I think that makes them lose. Not blaming the ref. We got our ass toe up. No fire. No interest in this game. Maybe it was too cold for them. And we do have to understand that, Cowboy fans. We go to the playoffs. We have to go on the road. Not so much San Francisco, but in Philadelphia. We have to go to that stadium. It's going to be cold. And there's no way you're going to get by that. Now, the look ahead to a Miami team that their offense, and it's just my opinion, is more potent than a Bills team that never runs the ball. Yeah, they run it with their quarterback, but Miami have 2 studs running the ball. They have 2, 3 wide receivers on the outside, and they wear it out. And if you pay too much attention to the air and out, they will run it on you. Those 2 backs are nothing to sneeze at. Now you looking at a Cooks. Now you looking at a Mostert and I forget the other kid's name, but now you looking at 2 of those Cooks. What are you gonna do, Dan Quinn? What are you gonna do, Mike McCartney? You have to scheme up for each particular defense that you are looking at. You have to scheme it up. You can't keep running the same plays. You have to scheme it up. And one more thing before I go, that disappointing, that I know everyone, we used to always cry about, through the season that we cried about our Tony Pollard. But if you're only giving Tony Pollard 10, 12 carries, I mean, if you're going to use him as a bell call, use him as a bell call. You can't do anything with 8 or 9 carries. Yeah, you see those highlights of a running back only have 7 carries, 120 yards. And those are different types of schemes or teams that are being played against, or whatever play you draw up or whatever. But that doesn't happen naturally. It's everything that people got to understand. When the Dallas Cowboys shows up, wherever they are in this National Football League, whatever visiting stadium that they shows up in, man, they're going to get that team's best. And I'm going to keep saying that. They are going to get that team's best. And for us as fans, especially myself, old school fan, seen the good, bad, and the ugly and the great, right? We know. We know the difference. We know when the Cowboys get the ball and they go 3 and out, we're not finna do anything for the day. We know this. This been since the 70s with this team, with this organization. Let me don't say the team because these kids weren't even born, but the organization. Before there was a Jerry Jones. We say the same thing about Tom Landry. Yeah, we going to kick a field goal. Oh, he's finna play conservative. And he was a field goal coach. If anything else, we was going to get the 3 points. But he made a lot of adjustments. You can't make this stuff up. Now, we are so much in a social media network, internet era, that everybody sees all the flashy plays that other players make, other teams do, and you expect for the Dallas Cowboys to have that same production, same outcome. It's not going to happen. We can't even run screen pass. When we ran a screen pass this year and we scored, I think I jumped to my roof, and my roof was 20 feet high. We have not been able to do that. Yeah, we got it done, and great. But now, my final point before I go is, I'm glad we can stop talking about MV Prescott. Quit talking about it. Quit talking about it. Those guys say they don't care about it, but yeah, it's in their mind. It's in their mind. And don't get me wrong, he has played to his ability to become an MVP. He's still up there in all the categories. So if it's going to be a win-loss issue, last I checked, we only 1 game behind the team who you guys consider to be the best team in the NFL. We'll find out in a couple of weeks, or is it this week? The 49ers and the Ravens. We'll find out who the better team is. And even through that, I don't even know if they're going to make it to the Super Bowl, because it is any given Sunday. And with that, folks, I did enough ranting. I just wanted to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, the Cowboy fans, whatever you do. Hey, let's please chill out. It was a disappointing performance. And sometimes you have those. Those are the games that you have to look at the film, see what you did as an individual. Look at it, tout yourself on it, and look in the mirror and say, hey, the man in the mirror has to make this tackle, have to make this block, have to make this catch. Look at the man in the mirror. Folks, before I go, I do want to shout out to my boys, the Lord Nation, the Bounce Cowboy, Footdakin, Corey Media, Will Steele, Vosh, all those guys, the Dak Attack, the Angry Cowboy Fan, those guys that are putting the content out there for us, J Tuck, all you guys, football, Cowboy Football Talk, all you guys, man, that's done a great job. Let's humble ourselves this week. Let's go by what we see as content creators. Let's talk about the positive things. We can throw up the negative also, but let's move on, because we know as Cowboy fans and content creators, I never thought we was going to run the table. So we have to take this one, move on. Let's talk about what we can do better to help us this coming Sunday against the Miami Dolphins. Like I said, I think another a D lineman to help us out. But I think we need to shift our defense now. Let's do them the ultimate surprise. Let's do something different. I'll just line up the same old way that they've been seeing on film for 14 games. Let's do something different. And I think we'll come out on top. Once again, folks, this been your man, Jackgil Podcast Show. And only thing I got to say now, man, is, folks, whatever you do, don't let anyone tell you that you cannot succeed, because you first have to love yourself before anyone else can love you. Folks, that's been my time. This is your man Jackgil, Jackgil Podcast, where everything's talked about. Jackgil. Peace.